Stingray. Bakuri. Small ivory. Brown red. Two. Dog fish. So serious. Come on. Come on.
Good afternoon everybody, welcome to the Sea Life Centre. My name is Gordon. Just to explain a little bit about the three seals that we have here today and also the reason why I'm standing here and not over on the left hand side like we normally do. We have three common seals here at the moment. There are actually two kinds of seal which you find round the coast of Britain, common seals like these guys, and the slightly larger grey seal. Now life gets very, very confusing because round the coast of Britain there are more grey seals than there are common seals, and sometimes common seals are grey, so it does get a little bit confusing. Round the coast of Britain there's about 120 to 130,000 grey seals. There's only about 25 to 30,000 of these ones, common seals. We have three here at the moment. We have two males and just one female. The biggest one we have is a male. He's called Batman. Batman's a bit of a character. He's about 7 years of age, and we think he weighs about 110 to 115 kilos, so he is quite hefty. The other male we have is a little bit smaller. He's called Hardy. Hardy's about 5 years of age, but again, probably weighs close to the 100 kilo mark. And the only female we have is called Laurel. She's around about the same age and around about the same weight as Hardy. She's the one that we have to watch for. Normally when we do a seal feed like this, we stand on that little concrete platform over on the left-hand side. Laurel has recently developed rather nasty psychopathic tendencies towards the display staff here. And what tends to happen is if you wander across there, she comes rocking at your point of view. It'd be a bit of a giggle seeing one of us getting mauled in front of your eyes. It would kind of probably improve your visit a little bit. But it's actually not a laughing matter because these seals weigh about 16 to 18 stone and they have teeth and jaws like you would get on a large Alsatian. So if you can imagine an 18-stone Alsatian grabbing bits of your anatomy and having a good old chomp, that's basically what it feels like. I've already got one child at the moment and I quite fancy having another one, so I don't want to lose any of my bodily appendages. Now, what was I say? Right, okay, the reason we have our seals here is because they were handed into the Oban Sea Life Centre on the west coast as abandoned pups. Now when they come in, they're still feeding on their mother's milk because they're mammals just like we are. And we have to try and substitute that milk in some way. Now you can't feed seals on cow's milk because basically it's far too watery and it also contains a sugar called lactose which the seals can't digest. So what we do is we make an artificial milk, which we use things like herring, which we have in the bucket there. We add different proteins and vitamins to it. We stick it in a liquidizer, blend it all down, and pass the resulting sludge up into a great big syringe. You then grab hold of your extremely cooperative and friendly seal pup. You tuck it between your knees, you stick your knees in its front flippers, very, very carefully prise open its mouth, and you introduce a length of flexible plastic or rubber tubing down the back of the seal's throat directly into the stomach. You plug the syringe on the end of the tube and very, very carefully, very gently inject the mixture directly in there. Now each pup takes around 8 syringe pulls per feed, and that works out about 500 mils, about half a litre. And they get fed every 3 to 4 hours right throughout the night, as well as during the day. So obviously it's very, very labour intensive. It's very much like having a human baby as well, because once you've fed the pups, you have to pick them up, fling them over your shoulder and start thumping them fairly vigorously on their backs. Now, with seals, the next thing that will happen is you'll hear one of 3 noises, 2 of which are not particularly desirable. The first noise you might hear is this ominous crunching sound, and the pup neatly and deftly removes a semicircular chunk off the top of your ear. Not very pleasant, but it does happen. The second noise you hear is a loud bark accompanied by a very, very strong fishy smell, and obviously this is what you want to hear because it shows that the fish mixture has gone down in all the right places. And the third noise, again, the mums and dads amongst us will be very, very familiar with, and that is this horrendous retching sound, and the puppies enthusiastically sit all down your back. Some of them get very, very good at this. About 3:30 in the morning they unleash a couple of litres of semi-digested liquid called herring. Isn't it, Batman? This is Batman used at the character and say, three seals are eating about 10 to 15 kilograms of herring per day, 7 days a week, and that works out at around about a tonne of fish per seal per year. It's around about £1,000. It's around about £1,000 every year to feed these guys. Now herring is a very, very good fish for them. It's like oily, lots of grease inside there, and we buy our herring frozen. Now we do this for 2 basic reasons. First of all, it's obviously just more convenient to store it frozen. So that goes. Who's going to get it? Oh, unbelievable. This one. It's amazing these things eventually take off. Let's catch one. There we go. So it's obviously more convenient to say to store the fish frozen, and it also kills off any little parasites that might be inside it, which obviously would be quite detrimental to the overall well-being of the seals. There is, however, a drawback to freezing the fish, and this is that when you defrost the fish overnight, some of the essential vitamins which occur naturally inside the fish can start to come out in defrosting fluids. So to minimise this loss, the very first fish which we give our seals in the morning has 2 little cuts made just behind the gill cover, and they get a couple of vitamin tablets just pushed in there. This helps keep the seals in good condition. Now the other thing you have to do is show them an empty bucket because they never believe you. Terribly optimistic this one. This is Batman here. He never ever believes you. You always think you've got a couple of extra herring in your pockets.